What do people think about when they see you? When you enter the room or when you engage in a conversation, what do people think of you? Or what is your expectation of how you present yourself to other people? What we do and how people see us and how people observe us is our reputation. And a lot of that has to do with our behavior and our conduct. I want you and I to just think about this for a few moments from one verse in the book of Daniel, chapter 6. Stay with me. My name is Kwame Rubadiri, and you're watching CITAM Church Online. Daniel's book is considered one of the major prophets in the Old Testament. Daniel never calls himself a prophet. In fact, it's interesting that we would even consider him a prophet, given that his role was basically a civil servant. He was one who was working on behalf of the pagan king that had taken Israel into captivity and into exile. Now, Daniel did not give up his commitment to God from his young age all the way through his career, even as he became an old man. Your reputation is something that not only you build by your behavior and by your conduct, but it's also what other people say about you. And hopefully the two should come into sync. That what other people say and think about you is the same as how you behave in the public sphere. Well, let's look at how Daniel's reputation had so much bearing on the people that worked with him. Not only the people that were reporting to him, but the people that wanted to undermine him in some way. This is what the Word of God says about Daniel's reputation, not from the king, but from the people who are trying to bring him down. This is Daniel chapter 6 and verse 5. Finally, these men said, "We will never find a basis for charges against this man Daniel unless it has something to do with the law of his God." Now, Daniel had two things going for him. One was that he was really good at what he did in the king's court. He was highly respected, not only as an administrator, but as an interpreter of dreams, as a person who would clearly and fearlessly speak truth to power. He was respected by the king. He was respected by the royal court authorities. But there were a group of people that really wanted to get rid of him. They wanted to undermine him. And they recognized that they must attack the second area, the second pillar of Daniel's reputation, and that had to do with his faith. They said that we can only question him or bring charges against him if it has to do with how he conducts his relationship with God. Now, I think that's a huge badge of honor, not just for Daniel, but for any one of us as believers working in the public sphere. If people can say the only way we can bring any charges against you is because in some way you failed to live up to your standard of faith or your Christian testimony, that says that people not only recognize that you are a believer, you're a Christian, you're walking with God, but that you also take seriously how that testimony meets their hearts and meets their lives. My challenge is this to us today. If our reputation is based on the quality of our work, the diligence and excellence that we conduct what we do, wonderful. But more so, it should also be a part of the fact that whatever we say, however we live, it honors God. It has something to do with pointing people to God Himself. And so I encourage you, be excellent, do things really well, be as professional as possible. But if you're a believer in that context, make sure that people also recognize that whatever you do is done to the glory of God, and that God Himself is the center and the reason for everything that you and I do. And so I encourage you, do the best you can, but make sure that the light of Jesus Christ is shining through everything that you do, wherever you do. In Jesus' name, God bless you.